بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. We have learned gender, we have learned ending, we have learned definiteness. Now today we're going to learn number. And in Arabic, we know that there are three types of numbers: singular, dual, and plural. Mufrad, musanna, and jama'. So that's our today's topic. So number. So as I already mentioned that in every ism in Arabic falls one of these three categories. Right? So either it would be a singular ism, or it would be a dual ism, or it would be a plural ism. So singular refers to one entity, like one, right? And then dual refers to two entities. Like in Arabic, that's a little bit different than English or some other languages. That for two, like if you are representing a number two, in Arabic we won't say it's a plural. We would say it's dual. It's musanna. So plural in Arabic is three or more, or you can say more than two. So one is singular, and then two is dual, and plural in Arabic is more than two. That's referred to three or more, or you can say just more than two. Now let's go one by one. So first we'll learn about singular or mufrad, one item. So this may see for once. The singular form is the base form of an isim. That's till now, like all our past classes, we always mostly all those example or ism that we learn or we were using in our practice or examples and or exercises, those were basically are the singular isms. So we know them very well now, as we have used them in our last four classes, right? So kitabun, a book. Tawilatun, a table also. So always use a, right? Whenever you have a nakira or an indefinite noun with tanween, always use a now, right? So kitabun, tawilatun, talibun, right? Even if you have a kitaban, right? So you know, right, that basically the number does not change. So because of this fatha tanween, the number doesn't get changed. But this fatha tanween means it has a different. It's in a different status, or it's in different hal, right? So it's in right now nasb hal, or but still the translation would be a book, right? And if you have kitabin, same thing. It has a tanween at the end, so all again a book, but now it's in jar status. So its hal is changed, but its a number is not changed. It's still singular or mufrad. So kitabun, a book, tawilatun, a table, and talibun, a student, right? So no special endings are added to the singular isim. So when you have a singular isim or the base form, there is no special ending. There is nothing you have at the end, just a normal isim that we have. But when you make a dual or musanna or plural, then what you do normally, you add some extra or additional letters at the end. And how we learn them now? So that's a singular isim. Let's see the musanna or dual. So musanna in Arabic is basically for two items. So to express two of something, right? So one of something or one is basically mufrad, but two of something is dual or musanna. So in Arabic, for two, we have a different category or type. It's called dual or musanna. So two of something. So this is formed by adding ani or aini. So how to make? Let me take a basic example, because I will use this example a lot, and I will give you a full chart of it as well. So Muslimun. So that's our mufrad, right? It's our singular ism. A Muslim. So if I want to make dual, like two Muslims, so what I would do for Rafa condition, or for Rafa is Rafa in English is nominative, right? And then Nasb is accusative, and Jar means genitive. So these are just an English translation. But Rafa, if you're making, if an ism is in Rafa status, you want to represent in Rafa status, and for dual, like two Muslims, so you add ani at the end. So you add alif, noon, kasra, ni. So like how? So like when you have to join meme with alif, right? So this will become Muslimani, like that, right? So for rafa status. But if you are making a nasab or jar status, then you don't add ani, you add aini, like ya and noon kasrana. So like musli maini. Musli maini. For nasab, musli maini for jar. So for nasab and jar, whenever we are making any ism dual or musanna, at the end, what we do, we drop the tanween. So now there is no tanween as well, right? So it's basically tanween is gone, and we have fatha on in both cases. And then we add alif and noon kasra ni, muslimani, and we join the last letter with alif for rafa status. And then if we are making nasab or jar status, again we are dropping tanween from the last letter, no tanween now. We are putting fatha on it, and then we are adding ya and noon kasra ni. So muslimaini. So it becomes muslimaini, right? So muslimani, two Muslims in rafa status. Muslimaini, again same translation, two Muslims, but in nasab or jar status. All right. Any question in this? So now let's go to the third one, plural. So three or more items. So in Arabic, the plural is not for two. So for two, we have a separate category called musanna or dual that we learn. For plural in Arabic, it's basically three or more. And then there are different type of plural. So Arabic has following type of plural. So like a sound masculine plural. We'll learn them one by one. And then the second category is called sound feminine plural. Third one is broken plural. And fourth is plural by meaning. So sound masculine plural is called like jama'a muzakkar salim. We'll learn it like in Arabic. It's called like jama'a muzakkar salim. Sound feminine plural is jama'a muannas salim. So sound means salim. And then broken means mukassir or taksir. So broken plural, jamu taksir. And plural by meaning, ismu jama'a. So these are the just translation in Arabic. So in plural has four different types. So we'll learn them one by one. There you go. So first, let's learn the first type of plural, sound masculine plural or jamu muzakkar salim. So this is basically, this type is used for masculine human. All right, like basically it's used for human, but and mainly for masculine, not feminine. But so it can be a group of male, but like there, if there is a group of male and female, you still use this kind of type or this pattern basically. So we'll learn how to basically apply this pattern. But either you have a group of male like three or more, or you have a group of male and female three or more. So this type is basically for humans. So like not for non-human, because we know that, right? In Arabic, for non-human is also either it would be a masculine or feminine. It does not treat as it, right? Either it would be like a pen, right? This pen is basically masculine in Arabic, right? Now, when we make three pens, if I want to make three pens, right? So how to make it, right? So in sound masculine plural, when we go with sound masculine plural, so that means for pen, we cannot use sound masculine plural format or pattern. Why? Because pen is non-human. Sound masculine plural is only for human. It's for human noun. All right, and mainly for masculine human. But if there's a group of male and female, we still use this pattern. But if there is a group of female, like we have three female or more, then you don't use sound masculine. You use sound feminine. That's the second type, right? So sound masculine plural is only for you can say humans. It's for only human, not for non-human. Non-human thing fall under different category. So for human or masculine human, you use sound masculine plural or jama muzakkar salim. So it can be a group of male, three or more, or it can be a group of male and female, three or more. And then how to form it. So that's the definition first. Now how to make it, right? Same as like musanna, we learn how to make it, right? So this one here, if you are making a plural or sound masculine plural in rafa status or nominative, you add una. So there, like for musanna, we add ani, and for plural, sound masculine plural, we add una. So like let's take the same example, Muslimun. Well, here is already example already there, but let's say Muslimun. Now Muslimun, if you want to make three Muslim, so we'll add una at the end to make rafa in rafa status. So Muslimuna. right? Una with fatha, nun fatha na. So again, no tanween, but as now we are adding wow, so we have to put dhamma on it now. Before we were adding alif, so alif ke saath, or with alif, we put basically fatha, right? Muslimani, so that you are giving a sound of fatha, right? Or you are stretching the fatha sound. For wow, you put to dhamma, so muslimuna. So muslimun, muslimuna. Same thing, muallimun, muallimun, one teacher or our teacher, muallimuna, two teacher in rafa. And then for nasab and jar, you put ina, right? Ina. So muallimina, muslimina, muslimina, muallimina. So muallimun, muallimuna, muallimina. These are three or more teachers. And then what type of teachers? Mainly masculine, like male, but it can be a group of male and female. But when we say like muallimuna, so you should know, okay, these are all male teachers or masculine or human, right? And then in rafa and then in nasab, muallimina, or in jar, muallimina. Right, but it can be a group of male and female, but mainly a masculine plurals. Now jamu muannas salim, like for muannas, right, for female, sound feminine plural. So this is basically used for feminine human, also again for human, and some objects. So basically some objects also fall under this category, but majority of the ism would be human ism under this category. But there may be some objects, like in previous there is no object, in this is only for human. There is no way that you will put an object on this pattern, like una and ina pattern. So any word, whenever you see any word with una, like zalimuna, right, shakiruna, sabiruna, all these words is always is a masculine. It cannot be an object. It cannot be an object. It will be a masculine. Either it is denoting a group of male or male or female together, right? But it cannot be an object. But in Jamu Muannas Salim, or sound feminine plural, there may be some object, and I can give you some example, like ayatun, right? So we'll just make this plural, but ayatun is an object, right? So it can be ayatun means either sign, or it can be mean like verse, right? Like Quran verse. So now it's an object, right? But it follow this pattern. So we'll see there. But mainly the feminine sound feminine plural is either mainly for human nouns or for some objects like this. How to form it? So sound feminine plural, you put atun at the end. Atun, alif with ta, and then two tanween, dhamma tanween. And for rafa and for nasab and jar, atin. So like, let me take muslimatun. That's the best example. Muslimatun. Now it's a muslimatun. It's a ending with ta marbuda. We know it's a female, right? Because it has a sign of femininity. It is ending with ta. Majority of the ism that ends with ta, alif maqsura, alif mamduda are feminine. So muslimatun is a female Muslim, right? So a female Muslim. So muslimatun means a female Muslim. So if I want to make dual or musanna, I would add ani for rafa, muslimatani. And if I made plural, like three or more, then I will add atun at the end. So muslimatun, add atun at the end. So it will become muslimatun. And also you are dropping this tamarbuta, right? Now tamarbuta is gone. So muslimatun. So muslimatun, muslimatun. You are dropping tamarbuta and adding atun at the end. For rafa and for nasab and jar, muslimatin. All right. So for any female or feminine human noun, the pattern is called sound feminine plural, jamu muannas salim. And to make a plural out of it, for rafa status, you add atun at the end, drop the tanween, drop the tamarbuta and add atun. And then for nasab and jar, you drop the tamarbuta and add the atin at the end for nasab and jar. Now ayatun is an object, right? It's basically, it's not a human ayatun. So it also follows the same pattern. So if I want to make like signs or verses, right? So how I would add? I'll drop the tha marbuta and put alif and then atun like this. Ayatun, right? Ayatun. So no tha marbuta. And you put join ya with alif, ayatun, or ayatin, ayatin. So that means verses, three or more, or signs, three or more, right? So that's how you make. So some objects also for some same, like I think what else? Sayyaratun, this is like car, or so sayyaratun. This also follow this pattern, but not all objects. Some objects follow this pattern. Sayyaratun. When you make plural, so this also follow this pattern. So like you have to add atun. If there are 3 or more cars, sayyaratun, drop the tamarbuta and then add atun for rafa and atin for nasab and jar. Sayyaratin. So some objects follow this pattern, sound masculine, feminine, plural, and but mostly it is mainly for feminine human nouns. All right, like muallimatun, another example, muallimatun, a teacher, muallimatun, 3 or more teachers, or muallimatin. So you drop ta marbuta, add atun and atin. Atun for rafa, atin for nasab and jar. All right, so that's the second form. So these sound masculine, sound feminine, mainly for human, but sound feminine, there may be some objects as well. Now broken plural. So that's the third plural, and then we'll also going to learn. It's a little bit complex topic, but I will just make it simple today, and then in future, inshallah, we'll add to it more. But like most, if you see the last two, right, they are following a pattern. Like sound masculine has a pattern. For rafa, you add una. For nasabanjar, you add ina. For masculine human, sound feminine, you add atun and atin, right? And then all human, female, feminine human noun, you can put the same pattern and then convert them into plural. But this broken, it's mainly first, it is used for mostly non-human nouns, and there are some human noun as well, right? So it's reverse. It's reverse than this feminine. In feminine is mostly for feminine human and some objects, but broken plural or jamu taksir is mainly for non-human nouns, and there may be some human noun as well. All right, but the main thing is it does not have a fixed pattern like the previous two. Like jamu muzakkar has a pattern una, ina. Monas or sound feminine has a pattern atun, atin. But broken plural, that's why they are called broken, right? Because they are broken, they don't have a pattern. So they are basically, they don't follow a pattern, they have an irregular pattern. That's why we say it is a broken or jamu taksir. And mainly it is used for a non-human noun or non-human object or some human object as well. All right. So they don't have a regular ending. So, instead of regular ending, its structure can be anything. It is like for kitabun, right? Now kitabun is a non-human object, right? It's an object, kitabun. If you make a plural, it is kutubun, right? So there is no una, ina because that is for masculine human. There is no atun, atin, right? Because that's mainly for feminine and some object. But kitabun is basically it does not follow that atun or atin pattern. Its plural is kutubun. So that's why it's called a broken plural, because it's irregular, right? So and then how to denote irregular, like how to say it. So what happens in irregular, like if you see the regular pattern or that first two types, the initial letter sequence does not get changed. Like if you see here, right, the initial letter sequence is exactly same. You are just adding additional letters at the end, but muslimun is still muslimun, like mim, sin, lam, mim is still there, right? Talibun, ta, alif, lam, ba is still there. Muallimun, mim, ain, lam, mim is still there. There is no change in sequence, whether it's a sound masculine or whether it's a sound feminine, right? Like muslimatun, still mim, sin, lam, mim is there. Mim, ain, lam, mim is there. But here, what you're seeing, the alif is gone, right? Kitabun. So the alif, there is no alif, right, in between. Now it's only remaining kaf, ta, and ba. So in broken plural, the sequence gets changed. The sequence does not keep intact. It gets changed, and then it does not follow. There is no additional letters added at the end. It would be irregular pattern, and it also will change sequence as well. Like kitabun, kutubun, rajulun, rijalun. Now see, there was no alif, but now in plural you have a alif in there. Rijalun, babun, abwabun, doors, right? So they are all irregular. There is no regular pattern. It can be on any pattern, and then plus the initial sequence of letters get changed. It does not keep intact. All right. So and mainly it's if you see like all of them, but the rajulun, rajulun is basically for human. So some human noun is there, but majority of the noun would be the objects that follow the broken plural patterns. Kutubun, rijalun, abwabun, right? And then because as they don't have a pattern, so you have to memorize that, right? Because like you cannot make a pattern. Like if you know, like I say, okay, mohandisun, right? Now mohandisun, we know mohandisun means engineer. So if I want to ask you, like, make a plural, right? So what are you gonna do? You will add una. You know, it's a masculine engineer or masculine word, right? You will add una, ina at the end. If I say mohandisatun, right, a female engineer. So what are you gonna do? You will add atun at the end. Mohandisatun, mohandisatin, right? So it's easy. But for this, for broken plural, there is no pattern. So you have to have a memory for that. You need to, if you don't know the a plural of a word, you have to follow dictionary, right? Same like an English dictionary, right? So you have to know how to use a Arabic dictionary to find a plural of a broken word or object, because they do not follow a pattern. All right. So the broken plural must be memorized. They do not follow a set pattern. All right. So that's the broken plural, and I'll summarize it again. The last one is plural by meaning, ismu jamwa. So this is pretty simple. Like, so these are the words that appears to be singular. So like by shape, if you look at them, like there is no ani, aini, there is no una, ina. So by looking at it, it looks like masculine or a singular, right? But basically they are plural by meaning. So their meaning basically is it's for like same like army, right? Like in English, army, you have an army word, right? Now army is a singular word, but it's denoting more than one, right? So it's a whole kind of thing. Same like nation. Now nation is a word, but it's using its meaning is plural. So all these words, like qawmun means a nation, nas means people, qarn means generation, ahl means either family, mainly family or people, right? Khasmun is a argumentative group, like a group that is argumenting. Hizbun, a faction. Jundun, like army, that's the one, right? Al is also used for family. So alun. So now these are all words. They look like by shape or by form they are singular, but by meaning they are plural. So they are basically denoting a plural. So that's why these are the group of words or are called plural by meaning. So all these words, those are basically are used to denote plural meaning, or they are giving you a plural meaning, are also will be are treated as a plural in Arabic. All right. So these are all ismu jama or plural by meaning. This called Muslim chart. So I will encourage you to memorize this chart and memorize in a way that if I give you any human word, whether it's a human masculine or a human feminine, you should be quickly converted into this. So like for sound masculine and sound feminine, this chart you should be in your memory the way that you can easily or quickly convert any sound masculine or feminine. So like, and that's how you should memorize. So if you see the first column is for singular, that's the top column is the top chart is masculine, the bottom one is for feminine. First column is singular masculine feminine, second column is for musanna pair, and third column is for plural, so jammu muzakkar, because that's a masculine chart, jammu muzakkar salim, and that's jammu muannas salim, right? So this and then the first row and then first chart is in rafu status, then nasab and jar, same thing here at the bottom. So now if I go with masculine chart, so that's how you should memorize: muslimun, musliman, muslimin, muslimani, muslimaini, muslimaini, muslimuna, muslimina, muslimina. So that's how you should just like a parrot, right? Just keep repeating it until that it just locked into your memory. And then if any human masculine word someone give you, you can easily convert it's a pair and plural, right? Like muallimun, muallimun, mualliman, muallimin, muallimani, muallimaini, muallimaini, muallimuna, muallimina, muallimina, like that, right? Very quickly. Now for feminine form, muslimatun, 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 muslimatin, muslimatani, muslimataini, muslimataini, muslimatun, muslimatin, muslimatin. All right, good. So let's move to exercise. Underline the dual words and write the hal. So you have to do two things. Either you have to find the all musanna in there and then also their status. Okay. And each dual word in the text below. Please ignore all words beginning with ya and ta. So if any word is starting with ya or ta, just do not consider them because those basically are fail or verb. So that's why just do not because we haven't learned them. So ignore any word like basically this one. Don't consider it because it's starting with ya. So look, Rabbul Mashriqaini, Qaini, like Muslimaini. So always like that Muslim chart should be in your mind, right? So the dual is, like for dual, whether it's an object, whether it's a masculine, feminine, they always follow a regular pattern like Ani, Aini, Aini. Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini. Just keep that in your mind. So Mashriqaini, Qaini, right? Is a dual word. So that's a dual word and it has Aini at the end. It is either in Nasab status or Jar status, right? It cannot be Rafa because Rafa is Mashriqani, Muslimani, Mashriqani, right? That's a Rafa status. Mashriqaini, Muslimaini. So either it is Nasab or Jar. So we don't know, but once we learn the sentences or once we know more grammar, we can easily find it out. Again, Rabbul Maghribaini. Again, you see same thing. Baini, Aini, Muslimaini. So that's also dual and either in Nasab or Jar status. Maraj al Bahraini. Bahraini, right? Bahr means sea. Bahraini, two seas, right? So Bahrani, Bahraini, Bahraini. Muslimani, Muslimaini, Muslimaini. It's a dual word, either Nasab or Jar, right? This one we will drop it because it's starting with ya, although it has ani, but it's starting with ya, so it's not a ism, it's a verb. So we'll just drop it as it was instructed, right? Saqalani, another one. Sanafurughu lakum ayyuha saqalan, saqalani, muslimani, right? Ani. And this is in Rafa status because it has ani. These had aini, it has ani. Rafa status dual. Wamin dunihima jannatani, right? Two gardens, right? Jannatani. That's also dual in Rafa status. Ani. At the end, jannatun, jannatani, jannataini, jannataini. Mudhammatani. Again, ani. Right? Mudhammatani. Ani. This is also dual, either Rafa status, right? Fihima ainani. Ainun, eyes, right? Ainani. Either it can be eyes or it can be spring. Spring also have same word. So I think it's a spring here. Ainani, Rafa status, right? Ani. Nadakhatani, again ani, right? Dual, Rafa status, right? It's like gushing forth. It's spring, yes, it's spring here. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وآله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا إنك جامع الناس اليوم لا ريب فيه إن الله لا يخلف الميعاد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين.